Okay, so hi everyone, my name's Alex, and this is going to be a video with me talking about how to add basic binary digits together, and just saying the method towards it, and just showing examples of how to do it. So the first thing I'll show you, or talk about, is say, how do you know what the output of the binary addition will be? So say if you have a 1, and then you're adding a 0, or a 0 plus a 1, the output will be 1. So if I added this 1 and this 0, the output will most likely be 1, depending on the circumstances of the previous additions. Now if I had a 1 plus a 1, you would type in 0, and then you carry on the 1 to the next sum. So say if I added this 1 and this 1 and this 1, I would type in 0 below it, and then I'd have 1 to carry on to this one, this addition here. But if I have a 0 plus a 0, the output is 0. Whereas the final one, you most likely won't get into this situation. Well, sometimes you will. Say if you have a 1 and a 0, which is the output of 1 plus 1, and you already have a 1 that's carried, the output is 1. You type 1, and then you also have another 1 carried on to the next addition, if that makes sense. So I'll show an example. So this example is, let's first see what binary digits they are. So we have, this one is equal to 1, that's to 2, that's to 4, and that's to 8. So we have 8, 4, and 2, is it? 8, 4, and 2, so that's 4, that's 12, I think, is it? Okay, sorry guys, so it's the wrong sum it was, so we'll do a 5-bit sum, and here we have, so if you remember we have the powers of 0, which is the one from the far right, so this is going to be equal to 1, this is going to be equal to 2, this is going to be equal to 4, this is going to be equal to 8, and this is going to be equal to 16, and we only add up the numbers which have a binary digit sequence number of 1, so we have 8 plus 4 plus 1, which is 13. And then let's look at the next sequence. So we have 1 is equal to 1, 2 is equal to 1, 4 is equal to 1, and 16 is equal to 1. So 16 plus 4 plus 3 is 23. So if you add these together, you should get an overall decimal number of 36. Now that doesn't mean we haven't found the answer. We have found the answer. We actually need to put this into binary. So the first thing to do is, we start from the right. We see that we have 1 and 1, so we add 1 and 1 together. And now if you remember, when you have two 1s, the output is 1 and 0. But we only type in the 0 underneath the 1, and then we carry on the 1 to the next sum, which is 0 plus 1. And 0 plus 1 has output of 1, but since we have a carried 1, 1 plus 1 equals 0, and since there's another carried 1, we carry on to the next sequence. Now we already have 1 plus 1, which is 0 and 1, and 0 and 1 add up to 1, so we put the 1 below that, and then we have another 1 left over, or carrying on. So we have 1 plus 0, which is 1, and we have a 1 that's carried over from the last sequence, so 1 plus 1 is 0. Then we have another 1 that's carried on from this, and then we have 0 plus 1, which is 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 0, 1. So we type in 0, and since there's nothing else left, we put the 1 on the end, and then that's it. So let's check. So we have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So the answer should be 36, so we have 32, 8, 16, 8, 4. So we add up 32 and 4, which is equal to 36. So that's what it looks like in binary. So 36 in binary is 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. And that's how we add together basic binary digits. So I'll do another one. What could I do? I might do another basic one, just to explain it better. So I'll have 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Then we'll have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, just because I'm an idiot. So all of these will be 1. Actually, no, I'll make it interesting still. 1, 1, 0. So this one we have, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So we add 16, 4, and 1 together, which is 21 in decimal. And we have 8, 4, and 2, which is 14, which is 35 overall. So it's only 1 less than the other one, really. So let's get started. So as you can see, we have a 1 plus a 0, which is equal to 1 in binary. And then we have a 0 plus a 1, which is equal to 1 in binary. So add that to 1. And now we have a 1 plus a 1, which equals to 1, 0. But when the output is occurring, we only type in the 0, and we carry on the 1 to the next addition. So since we have the next addition is 1 plus 0, which the output is 1, we add the 1 that's been carried over to the 1 of this addition. So we have another 0, and then we have another carried 1, and then we have 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 0, sorry, which is 1, and then since we have another carried 1, we have 1 plus 1, which is 0, and since there's nothing else left, we just have 0, we have a 0 there, and then we have a 1. So let's get them sorted. So I'm hoping this is right, so it just should be 35. So we have 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. So we only add up the ones which have a binary digit of 1. So there's 32, 2, and 1. So 32 plus 3 is 35. So there we go. So 21 plus 14 equals 35. 35 equals 100011 in binary. So that's good for 7 minutes. So if you have a 1 plus a 0, the output is 1. If you have a 1 plus a 1, the output is 1, 0. You only type the 0, but then you carry on the 1 to the next addition. If you have a 0 plus a 0, it's 0. And if you already have a carried 1 plus a 1, the output is 1. And yeah, that's it. That's basically it. So yeah, just keep on going. Remember the powers as well. So for this example, we only have 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So that's 5. Power of 0, power of 1, power of 2, power of 3, power of 4. So that's equal to 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So we only add these three and this together. We don't include this because it's not equal to 1. If that was equal to 1, we'd add all of them together, which would mean we would add 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1 together, which is equal to, so what's 8 plus 4 is 12, 15, so 31, yeah, 31. And that's how you do basic binary addition. So it's just, you go from the right, start from the right, and then add the number that is directly below it. And then if it's a 1 plus a 1, you type in the 0, or you put 0 as the output, then you carry the 1 over to the next addition. So yeah, hopefully you've learned something. If I've made it a bit too complicated, just put in the comments what you want to know. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.